Good morning, student. Problem number 15. It was the last problem of the Xerox copy. It was appeared last year, that is 2019 question paper under Bangalore University. Mr. Anand sold the following assets during the financial year 2018-19. Number 1. Residential house. It was purchased by him during 1999-2000 for 5,25,000. He has constructed an additional room during 2000-2001 for rupees 20,000 and first floor during 2009-10 for rupees 3,80,000. The fair market value of the house on 1st April 2001 was rupees 7,25,000. He sold the house on 30th June 2018 for 98 lakh and paid 2% commission. He purchased a new residential house on 18th December 2018 for 35 lakh. Number 2. Debenture of A Company Limited. It was purchased by him during 2015-16 for 5 lakh and sold on 30th June 2018 for rupees 5 lakh 75,000. Third one, personal mobile phone. It was purchased by him on 30th September 2018 for 48,000 and sold on 16th December 2018 for rupees 50,000. Next one, personal gold ornaments. It was purchased by him during 2013-14 for rupees 6,50,000 and sold on 13th February 2019 for 65 lakh. CI given 2001 200, 9, 10, 148, 13, 14, 220, 15, 16, 254 and 2018-19 as we know 280. Calculate his income from capital gain for the assessment year 2019-20. See here total there are 5 assets. Number 1 residential house, second one debenture, third one personal mobile phone, next one personal gold ornament. Total 4 assets. See, residential house. At a time we can calculate by creating all the 4 columns. First one, computation of taxable income from capital gain. Here assessee is the Mr. Anand. Assessment year 2019-20. Previous year 2018-19. Residential house. See, this is the long-term capital asset because residential house was purchased in 1999-2000. It was purchased on 1999-2000 before for rupees 5,25,000. He has constructed an additional room during 2000-2001 for rupees 20,000 and first floor during 2009-10 for 3,80,000. See, these both are the improvement cost. That is additional room of 2001-2 and 2009-10. Both are improvement cost. But dear students, remember one thing. If any additional or improvement made before 2001, it should be ignored. After 2001 only, whatever expenses given in the question, it should be considered, but we cannot consider additional room during the year 2001. Please ignore this point. And it was again they constructed the first floor 2009-10 for rupees 3,80,000. The fair market value of the house as on 1st April 2001 was 7,25,000. See, it was purchased on 1999-2000 and he sold this house on 30th June 2018. The difference between purchase and sale obviously more than 3 years. So, it is treated as a long-term capital gain. Here, for sale consideration of residential house is 98 lakh. Sale consideration of residential house is 98 lakh and he paid 2% commission to sell capital asset, that is residential house of rupees 98 lakh. He spent 2% commission. So always this 2% to be calculated on sales consideration. Remember, commission to be calculated on sales consideration 98 lakh into 2%. 98 lakh into 2%. Answer 1,96,000. So 98,000 minus 98 lakh minus 1,96,000. Net sale consideration 96 lakh 4,000. And next, the given asset is long-term capital asset. Residential house is long-term capital asset. So we need to apply indexed cost of acquisition. To calculate indexed cost of acquisition, we know the formula. Cost of acquisition, because it was given fair market value, and cost of acquisition or fair market value. Cost of acquisition means purchase cost before 2001 given, and fair market value as on 1st April 2001 given. So compare both and we take whichever high. Here, cost of acquisition in the above problem, go through the again question. In the above problem, see, purchase cost 5,25,000 and fair market value as on the date 7,25,000. 7,25,000 or 5,25,000, whichever is higher to be considered as cost of acquisition divided by acquired year index. Before 2001 to no index, so you have to apply base year index, that is 100 into sales year index 280. So 7,25,000 divided by 100 into 280, 20,30,000. This 20,30,000 is indexed cost of acquisition for residential house. See, here two improvement costs are available, as I said before, that is improvement made, additional made before 2001 to 2001 ನಲ್ಲಿ improvement ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, please ignore ಮಾಡಿ, because any expenses or any alteration incurred before 2001 to you have to ignore. And first floor constructed ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು as a improvement cost for 3,80,000. Index of improvement year 2009-10 ಇದು 148. So here they calculated, you can go through it. Indexed cost of improvement of residential house. Cost of improvement as on 2009-10 divided by improvement year index into sales year index 7,18,919. 20,30,000 plus 7,18,910 minus 96,04,000. So gross capital gain 68,55,081. And remember, there is a exemption under section 54 because the first point entirely related to residential house and he has purchased a new residential house in the previous year, that is the 18th December 2018 for rupees 35 lakh. Again, after purchasing residential house, after selling residential house, again he has purchased new residential house. So the first point information entirely related to residential house, we know the provisions of 54 section, purchase also residential house, sale also residential house, and new purchase also residential house. So here exemption can be claimed 35 lakh because gross capital gain is more than new purchase. Directly we can apply this for taxable capital gain 33 lakh 55,081. Next one, second, debenture of A Company Limited. It was purchased by him during 2015-16 for rupees 5 lakh and sold on 30th June 2018 for rupees 5 lakh 75,000. We know that debenture purchased in 2016 and sold on 2018, though it is purchased in 2016 and sold in 2018. Difference is more than 1 year purchase and sale, but we cannot consider as a long-term capital asset because for debenture no index applicable. Index will not applicable for debenture. Here sale consideration 5,75,000, no commission. So net sale consideration 5,75,000. Index cost of acquisition will not applicable. Instead of that, you have to apply cost of acquisition directly. That is 5 lakh. No formula, no calculation. Remember, for debenture, index will not applicable. Improvement cost is not there. So capital gain amount 5 lakh. 75,000. Please note down here. Make it 5,75,000. Exemption under section 54. No information on new purchase. So taxable capital gain 5,75,000. 5,75,000 is the answer for debenture. Remember, debenture always to be treated as a short term because index will not apply. Next one. Go through the third point, personal mobile phone. See, remember, personal mobile phone, it is personal asset. It's not a capital asset. So, it is exempted from capital gain. You may have a doubt, ma'am. Sometime you are calculating personal jewelry. When it is possible to calculate when the index number CII given in the problem. But here no index given. So we cannot calculate personal mobile phone. Remember, personal mobile phone is personal asset. It is not a capital asset. Please ignore. We no need of calculating. Next, last one, personal gold ornament. Personal gold. Though the personal gold ornament, we have to calculate capital gain, income from capital gain because purchase, sales and index are available. Remember, personal gold jeweler always to be treated as a capital asset. See here, personal gold ornament was purchased in 2013-14 for 6,50,000 and it was sold on 2019 for 65 lakh. So 65 lakh is sales consideration. No commission is there. So net sale consideration 65 lakh. And the difference between purchase and sale is more than 3 years. So it should be treated as a long-term capital asset. So for long-term capital asset, index is applicable. So for net sale consideration of gold is 65 lakh minus indexed cost of acquisition. Indexed cost of personal gold ornament can be calculated like this. Cost of acquisition divided by purchase year index into sales year index. Cost of acquisition 6,50,000 and purchase year index 220 and into sales year index 280. Answer 8,27,273. So indexed cost of acquisition of 8,27,273. There is no indexed cost of improvement for gold as they mentioned in the problem. Nothing mentioned. Gross capital gain 56,72,727. No exemption information is available for personal gold. So taxable capital gain is 56,72,727. Okay, this is the answer. You can take the aggregate total long-term capital gain by adding taxable capital gain of residential house, debenture and personal gold. Sorry. Thank you.